So this is the piece that really inspired today's project. I like it, but of course, I have to make it glam. So let's jump right into today's project. I'm starting off with three of these summer decor pieces from the Dollar Tree. The first piece, I want to go ahead and cut this in half long ways. And once I have cut this piece down, what I want to do is take my sanding block and I'm just going to simply make sure that those cut edges are nice and smooth. So now what I want to do is go ahead and take the other two remaining pieces and I want to form that concave or that V shape of the body of our vase. And to do so, I'm going to start from the top corner and I'm going to come down at an angle about an inch inward. This again is going to give us that nice concave V shape that we're going for. And again, I'm using a nice light pressure at first, and then I'll come back with a nice harder, even pressure. And I have found that this really gives me control of my blade, but it also makes sure that the blade is going through this material. And you may need to turn it over just to cut through that paper. But the piece that we have just cut away is what's going to be used as a template to cut away the other three sides. So now that all of our pieces have been cut out, everything has been nice and sanded, everything is smooth. Now it's time to go ahead and begin to assemble the actual vase itself. So to do this, I'm going to start off with one of my side pieces lying down on the table or my work surface. Then I'm going to take the front or the back. At this point, it doesn't matter which one it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and form an L shape or a 90-degree angle, that is. And to adhere these together, I'm going to go ahead and take a nice generous amount of hot glue and I'm going to go ahead and use these tumbling tower block game pieces and I'm going to push that into the hot glue. Now when I'm doing this, I don't want to go to the very edge of the top or to the bottom. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and attach three of these sides together. So I have three of my sides together now, as you can see in this next clip. But what I wanted to show you is that for that fourth corner, what this is going to do is going to give you that nice tension, and that tension is really going to work in your favor because it's going to allow those two edges to come together so that you can glue it nice and securely. Now that all four corners have been adhered together, I'm going to take my smaller end and what I'm going to do is take some of those tumbling tower block game pieces and glue these at the very edge of the bottom of this vase. And this is why we didn't want to take those Jenga block pieces or tumbling tower game block pieces, excuse me, and have those glued right at the edge of our piece. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and take this little crate, so to speak, from Dollar Tree. This is going to act as a base for our vase. Y'all like how that rhymed, a base for our vase. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some strong adhesive as well as my hot glue on those tumbling tower block game pieces that we just adhered on the inner bottom part of our vase. And this is what we're going to do to attach this to the base of our project. And I'm putting down nice even pressure just to make sure that the hot glue grips everything together so that it can be a right now adhesion while that strong adhesive works. So now what I want to do is I need something to elevate my foam, my floor foam, so I don't have to use so much of it. So I simply have four of these wooden blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just simply going to hot glue these together. Then I will glue this in the bottom of my piece. If you don't have those wooden pieces, you can always use pool noodles to fill the inside. You can use all styrofoam. You can use newspaper and then styrofoam on top. Whatever you have, feel free to use it. So now once that has been glued on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and take some of this apple barrel white acrylic paint and matte, and I'm going to give my piece a nice coat. I love this paint because it dries really quick, but it gives a really nice coverage. So once this has been coated in the white and it's dry, I'm going to take this Krylon spray paint in sterling silver and give this two nice even coats. So now to decorate this, what I want to do is go ahead and cover up those corners. And to do so, I'm going to bring in this metallic tape. Now, I love this tape because the adhesive on this is very strong, but the shine on this tape is just amazing. So what I wanted to do first is I'm going to go ahead and measure the length of my sides, or my corners that is. Then I will go ahead and place half of the tape on the front side. Then I will go ahead and adhere the other half of that tape on the bottom side, as you can see. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking my scraping tool. You can use your Cricut scraping tool or your Dollar Tree scraping tool, whatever you have. And I'm just going to scrape out all air bubbles and wrinkles. But this will also take this adhesive tape and give it a really nice shine. So once I have burnished my tape, what I want to do is at the very top is I want to cut a V into the corner of the tape, and this will allow those edges to really just lie down securely on the inside. And I'm just going to go ahead and border this whole front across the tops and across the top, the bottom, and the sides. So now I want to go ahead and seal my paint, but I also want to add a nice shiny background. So to do so, I'm going to take some Mod Podge, but I'm also going to add a really nice fine glitter to it. So again, this is going to seal our paint, but it's also going to take this to the next dimension and give us that nice shiny glam look that I'm going for. And to do so, I am using a foam brush. I really like using these foam brushes for these kind of projects because I have found that that triangled or chiseled kind of point at the ends of the brushes really do help get right up against that tape. But it's also going to be able to get the coverage that I need. So before I put down my Mod Podge, I'm simply going to take this smaller round mirror. I did get this from Dollar Tree. It was a cosmetic mirror, but I removed the plastic away. I simply covered it in my painter's tape just to keep it nice and clean. And then I just laid it down with an adhesive solution of hot glue and strong adhesive. You all, please excuse me. I'm struggling because it is the 4th of July and these people have fireworks going off like crazy outside. So once I have my first layer of Mod Podge down, now I want to take this to another dimension of sparkle. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of my shredded Mylar, which is just a really big chunky kind of glitter, and then I'm going to use a larger glitter as well, and I'm going to make this Mod Podge glitter mix kind of like a thick paste because I want it to look nice and chunky and nice and encrusted around this mirror. So to get the look that I'm going for, what I'm going to do first is I'm simply going to go around the mirror nice and heavy with the glitter and Mod Podge mixture, but then I'm going to simply just use lighter strokes just to make it look like it's fading away. So now once this is done, this Mod Podge really will help will really help the flat back gems that you want to use to adhere to your project. So now I'm going to use these rectangular acrylic gemstones that I have from Joann's from maybe about 3 years ago. And I'm just going to simply lay these down in this wet Mod Podge. And this is really going to hold on very nice and secure. But I'm going to decorate this and I'm going to set this up and show you how it turned out. You won't be disappointed. So here is my finished product. I think that this piece turned out spectacular. So to decorate the front, I just simply used some larger gemstones that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and I used some round acrylic flatback gemstones. You can do this any kind of way that you want. That shiny metallic tape, I feel like the border just really, everything works together. The greenery in the top, it mimics the greenery that's in our inspirational photo. You guys, I'm just overly joyed with how this turned out. As always, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Happy 4th of July to you. And as always, my prayer for you is that you continue to stay blessed and you continue to stay healthy. Until next time, be richly blessed in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.